Hi, Godless voice here. You ever have one of those friends that's in a relationship that just doesn't make much sense? The person they're in a relationship with is more abusive, causes misery. All you ever hear is them complain about this person. But the moment you tell them to separate or they should go on to find somebody else, oh, well, they can be very sweet at times. I have an equation for dealing with people in general. It's called the two-thirds. You have to be two-thirds positive for me to have an investment in your relationship. The reason for this is, and I don't expect perfection from anybody. It's stupid. But I expect at least 67% from anybody. 67% good times from you. You need to have enough good to cancel out the bad. Then you need enough good to make it worth it. So I estimate the best way to handle that, two-thirds. Two-thirds good, one-third bad. And if you can get less bad than that, that's even better. But that is the minimum. That is the bar. If you give me more than one third bad, I don't want to deal with you. I really don't even want to be around you, and I'll move on eventually. I'll give you a few shots because sometimes people go through bad things, but not always. If it lasts too long, and vamoose. I used to have a problem with loyalty. It's kind of a funny thing to say. I used to have a problem with loyalty, that I gave too much loyalty. I was in a relationship with some friends that lasted years, and not all of them were worth that loyalty. Some of them produced more misery than they did good. Some of them didn't. But the one or two that did, I had this misplaced sense of loyalty to them. That I'd been friends with them for so long, so why would I stop being friends? Why would I disrespect that long history of being friends with them? Then it finally occurred to me. If it's gone bad, if it's gone sour, and I can't figure out why or how, two things. Either I was deluding myself to begin with, or the thrill is gone, baby. So, in these relationships, let's call them perpetual victim syndromes. Perpetual victim syndromes. These individuals are under the impression that they must maintain some kind of dedication, some kind of loyalty to their friend, their lover, their partner, whatever the case may be. And sure, this is more common in cisgender females, but it is not immune to anybody. It happens in every relationship. You get in these relationships where you perpetuate this idea that you have of the relationship instead of the truth of the relationship. You are in love with an idea of how that person should be, not how that person is. Or that person has dropped the guise that originally drew you in. And now you're dealing with the real person. Because let's face it, we try to be impressive up front. We try to throw our best features forward. We try to build ourselves up, aggrandize ourselves a little bit, even subconsciously, because we want to have a relationship. So eventually some things get found out that wasn't exactly what you signed up for. It becomes a problem wherever it becomes a list bigger than the ones you did sign up for. And the problem there is that they end up grasping on for dear life to that idea that they remember having or encountering at first. That idea is gone. The truth came out and they don't want to accept it. And so they get stuck in a loveless and destructive relationship. I wish I had a cure for that. I wish I knew how to get around it. And in fact, do any of you know how to get around that type of thing? I mean, let's say, for example, it's somebody you care about. Granted, if it's somebody you don't care about, then this is one of those cases where you just write them off because you can't fix them. They are a victim by their own accord. And you can't really invest in somebody that's going to produce more negative than positive. That's just not very wise. But say you are in a situation where they are a person that matters, that they have been a person that has brought more to you, and you just get tired of seeing them in pain. Do you have any solutions? Do you have any answers? Leave the comments below. Personally, I like to think that continuing to expose them to the truth will eventually prevail, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not a psychologist. So comments below. What do you think you can do to help this situation, or should you even bother? If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, share it with your friends. This is Godless Voice signing off.